radio thing. The ham radio thing is pretty neat too.
I always had a thing for electronics and robotics.
I want to get certified for the ham radio thing to be able to get on there with the Morse code and everything.
Have you learned how to make your own PC boards now that you created your little circuit?
That was the hardest part for me, is like still kind of figuring out, because I know a little bit how the breadboard works and everything, you know, like obviously it's like it works in, you know, little rows and stuff like that. But it's just like PC boards still kind of elude me a little bit. I mean, I can really, if I sit there, I'll figure it out. But it kind of eludes me because like this goes here and that goes there. And
yeah.
This, it's like, it's just insane to me. But
I enjoy that. Nobody taught me. Me and my friend Mario, we're going the next step in electronics. So our electronics teacher was like, okay, yeah, I got copper board. I mean, because the way he used to teach the kids is you scrape off the connectors, like, so the copper doesn't touch. Yeah, you make your own tracing by scraping it. Me and Mario my friend Mario went the other route. We bought the etching solution, we bought the etching pen, and we bought the little stick-ons. Yeah. That's how we bought the hand drill.
Yeah, that's
and my teacher was like,
yeah, because that's the thing I would totally want to do. Cause how they
and
do
I enjoyed it. It's not that hard, actually.
Because now that you don't even need that etching solution, they sell the copper plates.
Oh, yeah.
Then it's the copper plate, and it has the filament on top. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put it under red light. You get like, you know, those transparency papers, like the ones they use for projectors at school. You get those, and there's a program.
Or you can print them, right?
Yeah, you basically print your schematic right onto the transparent.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, and then you pull off the little little filament that's on top of your board in red light. You place it exactly how you want to do, and then you put really bright light, like something like this, right on top of it while the transparency's there, and you'll leave it there for maybe like an hour or so, and it'll leave the imprint. And so then when you take that off and you put it in the solution, then it'll only leave it'll leave whatever didn't get touched by the light, basically.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean,
so instead of having to do all the other stuff with drawing it on there and stuff like that, is that how you used to have to do it?
Yeah, we used to draw
with a pencil.
With a special. Well, we actually bought. You know me, I'm actually. I didn't like doing the pencil. Well, only on very particular curves. But what I like to do is put the circles, and then eventually I do the roads. But with the they're actually lines, and you scratch them on like scratchers, and then I would be all meticulous about
rub-ons.
Like rub-ons, yeah, like that exactly. Oh. And those were a little bit more better than the actual marker, because sometimes the marker would not grab on. Certain parts would be lighter, so there'll be a chance that some parts would get eaten up more, and you won't have a straight through connection.
Exactly, yeah. Seeing how they do it, and usually what they do is they print out the transparency like double-sided, so instead of wasting the transparency and you're building a PCB this small, and you're using a whole sheet, they put like maybe 2 or 3 copies like down, so then you layer them on top of each other. So it makes it darker. And make sure that it doesn't get eaten up when you put it in.
Wouldn't it make sense if you did it off of one of those projectors? And let the projector get back onto the metal piece and go from there? No.
Well, nowadays that's the way they do it.
Pretty close, I assume.
But nowadays, I mean, that's the way they do it with the printing, actually.
Nowadays, I'm pretty sure, I know what they do nowadays for motherboards is they have the motherboard and they put it through its own little, like, special PCB printer, and that puts the ink right on top of the motherboard. So it's all done up, and then they just go through the little etching solution shower.
Now, what interests me is the multi-layer PC boards.
Oh yeah, those are crazy.
So you know you know how you see all the little roads of the.
Yeah, that's for like if you're gonna put surface mounted.
Like stuff. You see all these little roads.
Yeah.
But then there's another layer with roads, and then another layer. So if you look at the PC board, there could be like 7 layers in there. You don't even know. So sometimes when you replace a certain chip or a component, if it's multi-layer, you're screwed, because even if you try to, you need a special a soldering iron to get into it.
The heat hot air little hot air pins. They blow the hot air in a little specified spot.
And that only you have in
those are the stations, and they cost so much.
Yeah.
Just the stations are like a couple, almost 1,000 for a junky one.
Why were you so iffy to take that off? Like you wanted to put it back on, and then you took it off?
Who?
The daisy thing.
I took it off and put it back on and took it off.
And you scratched your head and
Bubby,
you put it
I'm
back
like-
on.
Tired. I
And
don't
his
know
wings
what's going
flapped.
He's like, I do, I don't. Let me scratch my head, and I do, and I don't.
on. I didn't even realize that.
Oh, God.
Funny.
If you're tired, go Mimi's.
I can't.
Just lock yourself in the room.
Then I'll hear, brother, 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 let's do something. Brother.
Oh, Shirena, she's waiting for you. So.
I know, she's rolling her eyes.
Is she?
She was like,
I don't hear anything.
oh,
My
God.
biggest challenge was, and I remember we did it, was making a PC board to fit in that pin.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
PC board fit in the pan?
yeah, in a marker type pin. Not pin. It's
Make a
basically a
laser?
probe that would detect positive and negative connection,
Mm.
and it had the two LEDs, a red and a green. The red would indicate positive, and the green would indicate a negative current. And so, I forgot how the probe was, but we made it off of an empty marker thing.
Is that supposed to be in there?
Candle. Yeah, I don't know why I have it there, but it's just there.
Are you having,
Solo romantic,
Solo?
like
romantic nights in here?
Yeah, with my computers. I play computer love.
Ew.
Oh, here it is.
Aww.
Okay.
And then I guess if you're doing that, what you're listening to is Daft
Oh,
Punk.
here it is.
'Cause apparently it's
See my PC board
Okay,
and the components, and this is the
yeah.
and
The
the,
probe.
there's the LEDs right there. It's
That
actually
is too cool. Wow.
and see here you hook up this the wiring. Homemade too. Here it is.
Alligator clips.
Here it is. Back then, before I even knew this was to a computer, this was homemade. So I got these alligator clips. I even use heat shrink. This is
All
back in high school.
The
And-
heat shrink even looks different than it does nowadays.
Really?
What, better quality then or now?
It's like I feel like better then because
Yeah.
it feels like it's more solid.
And
Wow,
then you
that's
hook
cool.
up the connection in the back to the little prongs in the back.
So that's
Yes,
vintage
yeah.
now.
Goes in there.
And where are you getting your power from? This.
So you hook this into the power source. Ground, positive. I forgot how it was. Positive, negative, and ground, something like that. And then you just start running your probe onto an electronics PC board, and then it would probe what kind of current you're getting in there. Yeah.
They look like the
That-
nipple shockers.
That's cool, but you could just use a multimeter for that, no?
Well, yeah, but the purpose is a project that we did in high
Yeah.
school. And I mean,
That
to
is pretty
say
cool.
to say that I fit a mother. I got the schematic. Everybody did the probe off of a breadboard, but I went I took the challenge, and I said at that point I knew how to make PC boards.
That's crazy.
And I made it. I had to
You can
design
tell
it.
this is handmade because there's
Yeah.
even spots where you have to like bridge gaps. that
Yeah.
maybe just they didn't reach.
So I had to design it to where it's gonna be narrow enough. So I did it. I did engineering in that project. Because I had to engineer. I
Those are
said,
some old capacitors.
yeah, those are some old resistors actually. Yeah.
Did you break open the grandfather clock?
Those
to
are
get these?
big. Those are big. Old, you don't see resistors in
Yeah,
computers
no, those
no more.
things are tiny now.
Yeah.
Like they're small. And these are like real square and tubular.
And some of those wires are hooked up to the probe
Yeah.
lead on the front.
Man, that's crazy.
Babe, are you going to put blue lights in your car? Inside? That would be cool.
What do you mean the
That's a tradition. huh?
the gauges or what?
No, just on the floor on the carpet when you open the door. Can't you change the little foquitos in there to blue?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That would look cool.
You can just put in light strips, LED strips.
Or just glow in
Or
the...
you know, be cool.
Do it the getaway.
Shut up.
And put the glow in the dark sticks in there.
No, but you know, it'd look really cool.
Oh, wait! Don't open it yet. Close your
The
eyes.
what?
Open it.
The L wire.
What's the L wire?
L wire. EL wire.
The ones that...
It's like basically like wire that glows, and it has at the end maybe like a little box. and you hook it up to a power.
Oh, but
power
it's not.
source.
It glows and it's a
But
one
it's
time
not light
use
up,
or
though.
oh.
It's forever, basically.
Okay.
Just as long as you have it either hooked up to power source that's constant all the time.
Like the
when you-
cigarette lighter?
Yeah, like the cigarette light or something like that. I'm more than positive.
Now
you
is
could-
this particular one the one that you could literally cut with
yeah,
scissors?
You
Yeah.
cut it
And
with
it's just-
scissors and
and
The
it
one
still
for
works.
George
Yeah.
Medinilla.
Yeah, that was some
Well,
interesting
now it's
stuff.
in. You could get it China on eBay for really, really cheap.
Man.
dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap, like
Dirt cheap.
$1.99 for who
Make
knows
sure you're
what.
wrong.
Okay.
Oh, see, it's kind of similar to this.
Ah, okay.
You know?
They're broken though, George.
Yeah, this is broken.